So we were told a couple weeks back that Markquese Bell would replace DeMarvion Overshown as an inside linebacker, and we finally got to see him actually take that role on. And not only did he play in 31 snaps, but the guy dominated in those 31 snaps. At least to me and what I saw, the guy was a very, very impressive on tape. And he didn't make every single play, right? He only played on 9 rundowns. But on those 9 rundowns, he showed us flashes of a guy that's very, very solid, because he made 5 of those 9 plays. And here's one of them where he's kind of in there to make the play. Yes, technically he's not the first guy that's in there, but he's right there, right? He definitely knows how to read it. He's communicating with some of the other guys. He's in his run fit initially. As you guys can tell, he has this entire gap covered. And when the running back runs this to the other way, he's going to just kind of flow out that way. Flow, find the football, and just play team defense. Right, some of what allows the Cowboys to have success is that often it's not just one guy making the play, but it's like 3 or 4 guys kind of getting in there together. Markquese Bell had a really, really good game yesterday. I'm very fired up to jump right into this guy's tape. This is a second down play here. Watch Markquese Bell read, react, and just destroy this play. I mean, to me, this is such a great job by a young football player. And I don't think people realize how impressive this is. You know, Markquese Bell is not playing safety here. If you guys look at Wanye Thomas is playing as a true safety. He's following around the wide receiver here, Slayton, who's going in motion. And Wanye Thomas is going to run with that. Markquese Bell is not doing that. Bell is lined up in the A gap. His run fit is to the right of that center. His run fit is to play within the tackles. And he does a freaking fantastic job within this play. To me, when the New York Giants pull the left guard here, Markquese Bell knows his responsibility. Yes, he has this gap initially, but as 64 comes over here, Markquese Bell will always play the backside of 64, so he just has to kind of figure out where 64 is going to end up being. And within this rep, he's going to read it, he recognizes where the lane is developed, and he's going to run and get to the running back and blow the running back up. This is part of why I think Markquese Bell has a lot of upside. You know, I predicted before the season that Wanye Thomas would have a fantastic season this year, and over time he'd be a starting safety for the Dallas Cowboys. And I wouldn't be surprised if Markquese Bell is kind of that same type of player. Obviously, this isn't safety that he's playing right now. He's playing as a linebacker. And for him to make these type of plays is freaking impressive. Now, I do want to state this. He didn't play linebacker on every snap, but he did play it a whole ton from his alignment perspective, and he looked very, very good. But the play that really impressed me was this third down play where Markquese Bell read the play as he was blitzing, made the adjustment throughout the play, and he ultimately blew this play up. And the quarterback here lost a number of yards, and the Dallas Cowboys were able to actually get off the field. So what impresses me about this play is if you guys keep an eye on Bell here, he's going to start to creep up to the line of scrimmage. To me, that tells me he had some sort of blitz. Dan Quinn wanted Markquese Bell to blitz, regardless of what it was, and it actually paid off. Right, as he starts creeping up here, what's impressive to me is instead of just running through here, which is what some guys would do, as he's going to recognize the right tackle pulls out to the right here, he's going to start to jump these gaps over. He's going to start creeping over to the right. And when he finally recognizes exactly where his opportunity is, he takes it. And he blows the quarterback up. In fact, if you guys look at the right tackle on this one, watch the right tackle get the left arm on Markquese Bell right there. And he recognizes this right away that he did not make his block. He recognizes right away that he didn't get to his guy, and his guy blows the play up. And he's kind of turning around looking at that. To me, when I watched Markquese Bell's tape this game, it was very, very impressive. And you can tell he really plays with his instincts as opposed to like, you know, just reading and trying to figure things out and thinking too much, which we've seen certain guys do sometimes. The guy just plays loosely. The guy plays naturally. You can definitely see that this guy has a lot to his game. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. You know, sometimes people are always looking for guys to make plays, but I don't actually look for that. When I watch tape, one of the things I look for, especially with a defensive guy, is first, is he containing his run fit? Is he understanding which ways he needs to motion? Is he understanding what he needs to do? And right here, if you guys didn't realize what just happened, just backing this up a frame, notice how right now, Bell has the A gap here between the center and left guard. That is his run fit. But as soon as this guy here is going to go in motion, his run fit changes. He's no longer going to be responsible for the center and left guard. Instead, he's now responsible for the right guard and right tackle. So his gap at this point is the B gap. And notice how within this run here, he's not only going to contain his gap, he's not only going to make sure he has the lane that he's supposed to have, which is to the left of number 96 there. But as he recognizes what the play actually is, look at him run and get in there and help make the play, right? Really stop it and not let the running back pick up any more yards. One of the things I love with the Dallas Cowboys that they're oftentimes doing is it's usually not just one guy that makes the play. Usually there's like 2, 3, 4, or 5 different guys that kind of swarm to the football. And for Markquese Bell, if he wants more reps, as he continues to play that inside linebacker position, he has to just kind of continue doing what he's showing right now on tape. Really nice job right there. Let's get into the next rep. Alrighty guys, check this next rep out. Watch Bell once again recognize the play, see it, react, just natural, right? It's very, very natural within this play. Recognizes exactly what happens, is able to kind of jump there, make the play. And this one only picks up a couple yards. You guys can see the same play from the other angle. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. But Markquese Bell does a great job recognizing, right? He drops back into the mid hooks initially. And then within the play, you got a drag route or a short crosser here. And he limits the yards after catch, right? To me, that's one of the big things that the Giants like to do. They like to get their guys the ball underneath, possibly have them catch the ball, be able to run, create some more yardage after the catch. And Markquese Bell does a great job reading, recognizing, and the natural instincts, man, just take him right to this guy and he tackles this guy. And that's a great job right there, wrapping up and bringing this wide receiver down. Alrighty guys, so one of the big concerns that I have with Markquese Bell playing this linebacker position is going to be what you're going to see the center here do to Bell. Keep in mind, this center is a rookie center, so he's not very good right now. But imagine what guys that are a little bit better than him may be able to do to a Markquese Bell. So within this play, you guys obviously see the center goes right out to Markquese Bell. And right away, he's going to make contact with Bell. And Bell doesn't really have the power to take on this center. So what Bell's going to do is he's going to try to use his quickness and his speed to get around the block. Right? He's trying to get off the block by getting around it using his speed. And sometimes by doing that, you have to give up a little bit of ground. And in this instance, he does give up about 2 to 3 yards. Right? You guys can see, I'm going to back it up one more time. Based off where Markquese Bell is as he makes contact with this center, right? Look at him relative to the hash mark. He's at about the 39-yard line. And then as he makes contact with the center here, he's going to end up at like the 41, 42, 43-yard line. Right? So to me, with Markquese Bell, I think one of the big question marks will be, is he giving up ground to get off the block? Is he strong enough to create that natural separation that linebackers do? Right? So that'll be a big part of Bell as we go forward to see if he can continue to develop on that part. And of course, I would never lie to you guys, right? This is why I mentioned this part of it. This was the one concern I had with him. And I did want to just bring it up in this film breakdown. Alrighty guys, check this rep out. Watch Markquese Bell do a really, really nice job feeling his run fit, getting right past the center on this one, and he blows the play up. The play only picks up about 2 yards. Bell does a great job just kind of dipping past number 61, the center. So 61 is in a double team on Jonathan Hankins here. Hankins does a pretty nice job holding the block. He does slip a little bit, but he holds it long enough where Bell is able to step up. And Bell does a great job dipping past the guard, right? We talked about it on that last play. How is he going to create that separation? Is he going to use his speed? Is he going to try to jump around guys? And in this instance, it works, right? He just takes a step to the left. Number 61 is not quick enough off the double team block. Remember, it's not as easy as just double teaming a defensive tackle and then climbing up to the next level. Sometimes it's a lot harder, especially with guys like Hankins, who does a good job holding the double team, right? Hankins doesn't get moved a whole lot. You expect movement here from these two guys. You would expect that this block here would allow the guy here to get to the inside, right? You want that guard to be able to like flip those hips and really seal Hankins off, which would allow the center up to number 41, and then you'd get a block here, and the hope is that you're able to run this somewhere in between here. But as you'll see, Bell does a great job not allowing that to happen, right? Had Bell gotten blocked, the play would have popped, right? You guys can see him. I'm just back it up one more time. If you guys watch this play, Damone Park's going to actually get sealed off. Hankins, although he holds the block long enough, he does end up falling on the ground. And based off the blocks, if 61 is able to get here on number 14, based off the block here, the block here, the block here, you may have a big gain, or at least a gain of like 5 to 7 yards. But again, Markquese Bell does a really nice job getting in there and making the play. I absolutely love that right there. Here's another really nice rep by Markquese Bell. This time he's going to use the hands a little bit to get off the block. And just that aggressive nature. Again, it's the same play just from the other angle. You can see once again, he's going to recognize the play, stay within his run fit, use the hands here on 64 so 64 can't block you. Get off the block, get right back in there, and make sure that the running back is taken down. Now, he may have already been tackled by Osa Odigizua, but regardless, Bell's right there to clean it up as well, right? So it's a great job on this one to use the hands, kind of stay off the block a little bit, stay within the box, and just make sure the running back's not able to pick up any extra yards. Alrighty guys, there's not a whole lot of plays left, but there are just a couple plays that I want to go over. I do understand the situation of the game at this point. The game is over, right? The first team unit has come out, and at this point, Markquese Bell and Damone Clark are really the two linebackers in the game. Clark isn't even playing a whole lot, but he is in on a couple reps. It's really Markquese Bell that's going to get a lot of these reps towards the end of the game. And I just wanted to point that out, just so we made that clear that at this point it is the backup guys. Here's another rep. This time Bell's going to be lined up at the top of the screen. He's going to do a really nice job on this receiver who's trying to run a whip route. And the receiver shut down and the quarterback's not able to get the ball out. Now he obviously gets sacked, but you can see that Bell does a really nice job within this play. You know, the receiver here gets no separation. I think a part of that is because Bell's all over it and the quarterback's not going to be able to get the ball out. You can see that the right tackle obviously loses. And regardless of if the quarterback was going to actually throw the ball, it really wouldn't have mattered because I think Bell had it covered. Again, really nice job in coverage. And I think that was a big part of why I wanted to show you guys this play. Not a whole lot of snaps of him in coverage. But let's get into the next rep. Check this play out. Watch Markquese Bell do a really nice job reading the play initially, but he doesn't make the play. Not a big deal, right? The weather got really bad towards the end of the game, but I did want to point it out. Initially, he does a really nice job stepping up, filling his gap, but he just isn't able to bring the running back down. Not a big deal, just wanted to point it out. Let's get into the next rep. Alrighty guys, this is the final rep that we're going to really analyze. And this was the play in which Markquese Bell does a great job, goes through the traffic, and is able to get a nice hit on the running back. And he pops the ball out, and the ball goes backwards. To me, this was arguably my favorite play by Markquese Bell because this would have put the Giants in a better situation to possibly get downfield and score a touchdown. And even more so than that, look at him just flat out avoid the blocks within this play. Just flat out avoids them, gets in there, makes a really nice job with the contact. And this is just a really beautiful rep. My overall opinion with Markquese Bell is he looked very good on tape. Obviously, he isn't really an inside linebacker, but I can see why you would put him in at that role. The guy has a lot of upside. And even in the game against the Giants, the guy absolutely flashed. And over the course of his career, as he continues to develop, as he gets stronger, the speed of the game slows down. I could see Markquese Bell becoming a really good football player. I could see him bring that true hybrid safety linebacker role that Dan Quinn loves to utilize. And I could see Markquese Bell having a really good NFL career. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys next time with another video.